Testing. What's up, guys? What's going on? Happy Tuesday. Got some big earnings here today. Well, this morning we had some. I don't think we have anything right now. We only have Saratoga after hours, but this morning we had Pepsi. That was actually really good. But let's check out the market bubble real quick. What's up, guys? Hope you guys had a good day today. It was a pretty green the market across the board until the end of the day. Pretty interesting rejection point too. On the 48-minute chart, it kind of rejected on the 200 SMA right there, EMA, one or the other. So that's a pretty interesting rejection. This could be one of the other chops coming back down again. Hard to say, honestly. Either we break through this level and come back to the top to 443, or we just completely come back down from here. Yeah, it's pretty ugly at the end of the day. But throughout the day, the biggest mover was Netflix at 6% almost, 638, hitting all new all-time highs. Probably due to everybody being excited about Squid Games or something. Who knows? Nvidia was up 4% today, had a nice little reversal to the upside. Apple was finding some support, starting to move back up as well. And then, Google, Microsoft, some of these other boys, they started coming up a little bit. So market was a little bit more green than usual, I guess, to a certain extent. Financials were having a nice bullish day again. So some of the financials, at least. MasterCard and Visa kind of gave up some of the gains though. But yeah, that close was pretty ugly. In a way, I kind of saw it coming a little bit too, because I saw us hitting this 200 over here, and I was like, man, I hope we don't reject, but it's looking pretty ugly, looking like a perfect rejection right now. So it could be setting up something like that where, if it doesn't break through, like let's say tomorrow we wake up, right, and SPY doesn't break through the high of today, which was like 435. If it doesn't open at like 436 tomorrow, it's gonna be pretty ugly. It's pretty sure we're gonna go back to 426 if we don't open above 436. But we'll see. Time will tell. Today was definitely a good day to exit some of the positions if you were able to be green. And then some of the company that was really beat up today was Hanes brand. Came back down all the way to $16. Penn, Caesars starting to lose the momentum. Wouldn't be surprised to see MGM starting to lose that momentum as well. That was something we looked at yesterday. Real estate still struggling a little bit. At least some of the real estate companies. So real estate, where is that here? Real estate's in the red. Wow, United Health Services getting pretty beat up too. Let's go over to the Bazinga. Yeah, semiconductor did have a good day. I feel like semiconductor mostly had a good day because of the Nvidia kind of carried them this back a little bit. Chewy, I mean the whole market is dropping, Spendo. Like what stocks do you know that hasn't been dropping in the last 2 weeks other than Netflix? It's just tough, you know. Some of them ran so much, it's getting a good pullback now. Has commodity not been dropping? I mean, look at steel. Steel is a commodity. It's getting pretty beat up, right? Um, you know, a lot of the other stuff like copper, corn. That's true. LIV has been running up for some weird ass reason. I don't even know why anymore. It's a lot of chops, a lot of up and downs. Market imbalance today was 295 million to the buy side. Was there any crazy news going on today? Let me see. Just double down, Spendo. Just double down. What are you worried about? Just dollar cost average, DCA. What's the worst that's gonna happen? It drops $10 more, and then you just buy more. If you like Chewy, right? You have a pet. Oh no, not MRK. I was telling Spendo to buy back into her Chewy, cause she loves Chewy so much. MRMA, that's a good one. Somebody from our YouTube channel asked thoughts on MRMA. Gotta check that out. Let me add that to the list. We'll check out MRMA. Oh. Oh wow, Saratoga reported the earnings. They had a pretty good earnings actually. Let me see. Wow, this company actually came back to the 2020 highs. Slowly been grinding all the way back here. Wow, what a grind. Saratoga Investments reported earnings per share of 63 cents as opposed to 48 cents. Sales is 18.44 mil as opposed to 17.27 million. This is a 28% increase compared to last year and 31% increase in sales compared to last year. I think it's a New York company too, I feel like. Because I remember buying some shares of this last year. Yeah, it is. It's like a real estate management company too as well. I think they do a lot of different things. But I'm actually surprised to see that recovery, honestly. I remember getting them pretty cheap last year, and I didn't think they were gonna recover all the way back to this level. I mean, obviously I don't have any more because I didn't believe in them to make that full recovery. But oh wells. Tesla. Alright, let's do this. I got you guys. TSLA. What else? PLTR. Convert it. How are you gonna convert it? Just make another fund. Just make a separate fund. Sell strangles on Chewy. It looks very volatile. MU. STC, I got you. All right, let's check out Pepsi. Pepsi reported earnings this morning at 6 a.m. EPS, earnings per share, is $1.79 as opposed to $1.73. That's a beat. Sales is $20.19 billion as opposed to $19.39 billion. That's a beat as well. Compared to last year, this was a 7% increase. Compared to $1.66 earnings per share, which is pretty good. Considering like last year was one of the best quarters for Pepsi, so that's pretty good considering that they were able to achieve that. And then sales is $20.919 billion compared to last year of $18.09. So that's another 11% increase compared to last year in sales. So that is also, pretty big, pretty significant. Company was trading at $147 last year. Right now it's trading at 151, 147 times 1.11. Easily worth like 160. No way it's like at this price. It's a discount right now. Huge discount. Because honestly, like, Pepsi is one of the few companies that just benefits so much from pandemic, because they not only sell drinks, but they have snacks, right? They're just such a big company. They have everything from like Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Gatorade, snacks, Doritos, Lay's, Ruffles, all that stuff. They have like so much different things that, and even Quakers, right? So that even even when people were stuck at home, people were buying snacks and watching shows. So people were buying like Pepsi products nonstop. So instead of like going downhill last year, they actually performed extremely well. So for them to even be able to like beat last year's numbers, that's already pretty amazing in my opinion. And then the fact that they're able to pull in $2 billion more sales, and on top of that, they think that they would be able to continue to see a full year growth between 6 to 8%. Right now they're showing somewhere between 8 to 12% growth, but they think they see at least 6 to 8%. So that's pretty bullish on the company. I mean, even if the company was growing at 6%, and we take the price of last year at 147, right, times 1.06, easily at least worth $155. I don't see why not. I mean, unless the market starts like crashing 20% downhill, I think this is a huge buying opportunity at the current price point. Bullish on Pepsi. Exactly. Jawa 563 is right. Amazon, I got you. Oh yeah, I saw Kellogg's got beat up mid-afternoon. So in this afternoon, it says Kellogg share fell to session lows amid reported workers at all of companies' U.S. cereal plants have gone on strike. Damn. What's next, boys? We're gonna get a cereal shortage. Next thing you know, people won't have cereal for school anymore. Ha. Who eats cereal anymore, man? Let's start looking into the tickers. Let's check out MRMA. Yo, you guys really eat cereals for breakfast? Honestly, man, I like, you can't even get me to eat cereals because I don't know why. It's just so sweet, man. Like once you get rid of once you get into a habit of not eating sweet stuff and you eat sugar, like if you ever eat cereal by itself, oh my god, it's just so freaking sweet. Like it rottens your teeth, man. That's why I can't I just I don't know, can't do cereal. It's just too sweet for me. VWAP Trader 2019 from our YouTube channel says, how long have you guys been day trading full time without day job? Well, I mean, we have a whole Discord channel here. We have a lot of analysts and you know, everybody's a little different. Some of us, you know, do consulting on the side. Some of us do full time, and some of us do a mix of both. So it varies, man. It varies depending on who you're asking. MRMA looks pretty interesting on the daily side, on the 1-day chart. So last time I drew this was when it was before it got added to the S&P 500, and we had this big break above, you know, kind of like broke out of that range over here, and we went crazy on MRMA. So as finally started coming down, we got the 100 SMA right here, which could possibly bounce at around the 304 level. Actually, I think it touched 305 today and had a pretty nice bounce. Touched 305 and had a huge bounce there. If it continues to stay above 305 or 304, this could be the beginning of the reversal to the upside, right? Looking at how things work. Let's check the half-day chart. So if it remains above that 300 level, it would be the reversal to the upside. But if it gets below that, I think we can at least touch like 270s. It's hard to say, man. The stock moves so much, it's so wild. It's pretty risky dicky to play. There's no real catalyst left. I mean, you got earnings coming up next month. A lot of the stuff that they've been saying has already been priced in. Plus, MRK could potentially take a lot of business from them. So there's a few things going on that, you know, that could affect them big time. So on the technical side, I would say if it holds this 305 level, you're good. Under 305, hella bearish. Upside. So under 305 is bearish as fuck. Top 4 ingredient is sugar. Oh man, I also have a problem with oatmeal too, Hungry. So, you know how like everybody always say that oatmeal is super healthy and everything, right? And they do a really good job of marketing oatmeal as well. that is like one of the most like healthiest breakfasts out there. But then um like if you ever look at the content oatmeal, it's actually very high in carbohydrates. So it depends on how everybody is as a person. But for me, if I eat oatmeal and add milk in it as well, I tend to get like a carb overload really fast because it's like, you know, it's processed carb too. So I get hit with that carb really fast and I actually start falling asleep. So I can't really have oatmeal either. It's so tough, man, to find good breakfast, honestly. Let me show you guys. If you guys want low carb, let me show you. Man. I was just talking to my boy Young Bo today and telling him, if you guys like, this is key right now. This is what I found to be like one of the best breakfast or lunch ever. It's Mission has this carb balance wrap where it has only like 4 grams of net carb, has like 15 grams of fiber, and like it's like a tortilla, right? And it's like 70 calories. And then it's super basic to make. You just throw a piece of turkey on it, throw some lettuce. It's like lettuce has almost no calories, right? Throw a piece of turkey, throw a piece of lettuce, and you got a 150 calorie breakfast with, you know, even though it says 25 grams, it's actually only net like 5 grams. And then you get like 4 grams of fat, 16 grams of protein, plus 15 grams of like fiber, which is probably the most fiber you can get from any food. Oh, actually, RB and Nico, cream of wheat is the shit. I actually used to love cream of wheat. That was one thing that I would like. I don't know why, but I could never make it right. It only tastes good when I buy outside. My college used to have it, but whenever I tried to make it myself, it tastes nasty. Cream cheese sandwich. The good old college days, man. Used to have like a cream cheese bagel. So we just looked at Moderna. We're looking at Tesla next. You know, Tesla had that really good news on Monday. Huge gapped up, coming back down, and is struggling to really break above that resistance. So it's looking a little bit weak, actually. Let me look at the half-day chart. Oh, VWAP trader from our YouTube site. If you want to check out the Moderna, just check out here. So I posted it. So I said if it as long as it remains about 305, pretty bullish. Under 305 is very bearish. So I'm just taking a look at Tesla from multiple angles. On my Bollinger Band, I also drew Tesla on this uptrend resistance line as well. It's not perfect, but it looks pretty. It looks like it's been pretty close on point. So if you look at Tesla, um, from like the last few months, right? It's gotten this uptrend. I drew this uptrend line from July, and kind of every time it has hit that uptrend line, the line on top, it has rejected it pretty well, and then coming back to test the middle of the 200 moving average on my 48-minute chart. So it just hit it again on Monday, right? And it really struggled to break through. So we came back down, coming back a little bit. Um, it's in the middle of the range right here, so it's really hard to play. Um, so I would say, the ideal way to play would be see if you can get an entry around 758 if you're bullish. Wait for it to come back for that bounce. If you're bearish, you could try shorting it there, but since it's in the middle of the range right now, it's not something that's like easy to play because it could really go either direction here. And Tesla is just one of those stocks that chops a lot too, But based on the news, they had really good delivery numbers. They blew expectation. Naturally, it should go up a little bit more. But at the same time, if you play, Apple earnings or Apple product event news, you know that a lot of times it's sell the news. So there's that. I don't really draw wedges unless I can draw like a perfect line on the bottom side. So there is no perfect line on the bottom side. There was a prior wedge here before, but this broke out, so it became pretty bullish. So this is just this is just strictly the top side. I didn't draw the bottom side because the bottom side isn't the perfect line. So I don't draw unless it's a perfect line on the bottom side because it's one of my pet peeves. Like if the line isn't perfect on the bottom side, then it's not viable to trust it, So like you can technically, it's like you could draw something like that, but you can see like over here it broke through it, so it's not like super trustworthy. So I would just strictly look at it for this top line for the rejection or for the target. So like if you want to go long on Tesla, right? Let's say you want to go long on Tesla, this top side could be one of the areas you're looking to take profit at. That's pretty much it. And then, the middle line over here is where you can look for opportunity. So I hope that helps on Tesla. Let's check out PLTR next. Wow, PLTR came down a lot. Hit like $29. Holy smokes. Yo, I remember last month, we had a lot of people that was asking about PLTR. $823 million contract. Holy smokes. Oh wow, it's up to $24 right now. Yo, it was due. It was due for that bounce. So last time we looked at PLTR was around $21 to $24 range. We were looking for that breakout move, this cup and handle setup. And then as you can see, we got that cup and handle set up. Came back down, broke out a little bit, and then market got really bad. Market got really ugly. We never made it to that $31 area, so it kind of came back down a lot. Came back down a lot. So now that it's making that move to the upside, I would say it's pretty bullish again. We could look for the next price target at 27s. There was some other bearish news too on PLTR the last few days. I think they lost some other contracts as well. So it's been iffy, but the algo liked it, found some support on the RSI here as it hit 0. $24.87 is also resistance too. Yeah, that's what Hungary was saying as well. Oh, let me send you the link for our membership plans. So VWAP Trader was asking on our YouTube channel, he's like, how much does our trade room cost and if it was worth it. So that's the link to like the prices and stuff. And if you get like the lifetime membership, you get the one-on-one tutoring as well, or one-on-one mentoring, and some of the other miscellaneous tools and things that we have. But PLTR looks good. Ideally 22.50 would have been the perfect entry, but it looks like it's already moving to the upside, setting up the reversal, so we could potentially see a nice move back to 27, 28s. Maybe I'll get back in tomorrow. MU? Who asked about MU, man? Jeez. Hate this company. Be right back. Let me get some water. I'm just kidding, man. We respect all company equally. So MU has some support coming up a little bit around $69 range. Did we hit it? I don't think we hit it yet. The lowest has been like, well, yeah, we did hit it a little bit, 69.63. But just wait on it. I don't think it's ready yet. Wait till the market stabilize. You know, this could be a huge reversal setup here, like it did last time, right? But I don't think the market is setting up yet. So wait for some confirmation. I'm looking at the half-day chart right now. We don't have any green candle yet. So at least wait to see if we get some green candle for some confirmation to the upside. But if you're bullish, you know, trading at 70. If you want to be really bold and you want to like, yo, let me risk it, you know, risk it for the biscuit, you could take some $74 calls. I think we can come back to that range. $74 is pretty reasonable. It's only a few dollars. But I'd probably say go a month out, man. You know, because you never know how long this is gonna take. It could take at least 2 weeks to a month for that move to happen to 74s. So that's a possibility. It's actually looking pretty interesting. We should check that. We should check back on this on like Friday and see what move it has yet. keep that on watch for sure. Sure, HBO H2O beer. Go for it, man. SDC. So SDC had a huge run up last time. Smile directs because it was being short squeezed. So short float is now at 32.88% again based on the last report, which if you're looking for a short squeeze play, that's what you want to see. You want to see that. You want to see a high float like that, high short interest, so that it has potential to squeeze to the upside. So last time we looked at it, it was like around here. It was around $6-7. I was expecting it to come back to the 770 range and for it to come back down from there, but obviously that didn't hit. So I'm gonna draw this line a little bit lower, so this way we have better expectation for this time. So if you're getting in at this $570, $580 range, probably look for the dollar move to 670s. If you think you're gonna get that squeeze and it's gonna make that big move to the upside, that's probably one of the safest exits out there. If you're looking for a quick, easy money and safe exit. So that's based on the trend line that it's been rejecting off on the top side. So it's that 670s. So that's Smile Direct. Hope that helps. So SPY. So what I pulled up right now is the ES, which is S&P futures. This is just a different variation of SPY with X0 on top of it. So right now this is at 4336. SPY is at 433. So if you just take out that last number, you'll get pretty close to that SPY number. So just for people that aren't familiar with futures and what it means, it's just adding an extra zero on the end here. So if you just take that current price of 4336, take out the 6, the last few, you get this. It's usually pretty close in that sense. But I look at the futures chart more because it's the futures is open like 23 hours in a day, and the moving averages and other stuff are more accurate because of that. So that's why I looked at it. But based on today, I talked a little bit at the opening of the stream that based on the way the ES looks, if you're bearish and you're looking for opportunities to short the market or hedge the market, this would be the spot today around 2 o'clock at 435. That would have been the spot to short it, start put position, because that was a huge resistance line here, a little bit, and then it also the resistance line also kind of aligned with the line from the other day on October 3rd, which was Sunday. So kind of aligned with that same line on Sunday as a possible short-term double top there as well, right? So, but technically, We also have a short-term double bottom here set up too, right? Um, we also have a technical short-term double bottom set up. If so, that means if we can break above, we're extremely bullish. If we can break above this middle, the middle of that W, it's extremely bullish. If we can't break above it, it's pretty bearish. It would have to set up another triple bottom. What's the point of the futures? I mean, it's just like calls and contracts like that. It's just a way for like hedge funds to hedge, and things like that. The futures contracts are usually traded every they usually have an expiration of every 3 months, and they go in multiples of like tens to hundreds depending on which ones you're playing with. So I think it mostly started as a way to hedge. But now is a pretty common way for people to trade it, just like how people are trading spies. Now people are trading futures more. But the other thing with futures that it's a little bit easier to trade because it's open 23 hours in a day. The only time it's closed is I think between 5 to 6 or something like that. And other than that, it's mostly open. So if you're interested in playing the market, if you're interested in marking direction of the market, you could play it. And sometimes bad news and things like that, you want to be able to access the market when bad news happen. So like something like 2018 where we had a lot of trade war news, you were able to buy the dip in the futures, whereas you couldn't even buy the dip in the SPY market. But naturally though, futures contracts are speculative derivatives. So just like how when you're buying a call, say you want to buy a call for SPY, right? And you think it's gonna go back to let's say 440s, right? You're buying the call for end of the week for 440s. You're speculating that you think it's gonna come back to 440s. So it's that same contract, that same concept of speculative investments. So they do that with corn, they do that with lumber, all these other stuff, oil and everything else. It's how where they think the price of these products is gonna go by the time and things like that. But now it's become so liquid that it's not really like a future speculation anymore. It's more of like a at the moment speculation now. Whoops. So that's for SPY. I hope that helps. For some of you guys that are new, if you're interested in checking out the charts that I posted, that we just put it for review, it's over here. Check out the link. Here's my ETH tomorrow. This rate is looking like. Let's check out Amazon as well, because Amazon could be an interesting deciding factor as well. Okay. Amazon's looking pretty interesting here, actually. Whoa. Who asked for this Amazon, man? So here's something interesting, right? Tricky Turkey. Thanks for having us look at Amazon, man. So here's something interesting. The S&P 500 is a holding, right? It's an index, right? That holds like many other companies. So in a way, I talked about how, if you guys were here the other day, in the way I talked about how S&P 500 could be like the weather, it could be the environment, right? If you're trying to trade stocks, you should look at what direction it is and how like the whole environment is doing. But at the same time, some of these tickers like Amazon and Apple, they make up such a big part of the index that they sometimes could determine the direction as well. So if we see a really bullish setup on Amazon, kind of like right now, it's holding this support area really well here, right? Look at that. That's one of the first times we hit that bottom at the $31.80 area. So I think Timehawk alerted entry too yesterday. What a great entry, man. So around, this is the first time it hit here was around August 20. We touched that range, but we have touched that range actually in June as well. So that this is like a 3-4 times the support's been used multiple times. And then we just touched it again yesterday. We came down and we had a perfect bounce off that, right? So in order for something to be the support, and the whole concept of support is being able to back it up, right? So as you can see, it hit that $31.80 area, and it just bounced perfectly, just kick right back up. So that's what we want to see. If you want this line to be the support, you want to see that bounce off. You don't want it to break under, because if it broke under, it would have been bearish. So this is a pretty good setup right now, setting up the double bottom a little bit, kind of like the market. And if we can continue to move above here, at the directions moving right now, it looks like it could ideally move up. Yeah, but Hawaiian beef, a lot of times weekly makes up the daily makes up the weekly. So sometimes looking too far in the weekly, you might get too confused. Just like how right now I'm looking at the intraday chart for the reversal setup, whereas the daily chart I don't see the reversal setup yet, right? And then same thing on the weekly. If you're looking at the weekly, it's tough. You gotta watch the daily. So the weekly, we have like a moving average here. You could be looking at the tops here. There's so many different ways to look at it. It all depends on where you think the direction of the market is going to as well. I mean, look at ES on the weekly. Is it not like one of the worst setups out there right now? Like, tell me how you don't see us going to 235 on the weekly. Tell me how. So don't get caught up too much on the weekly, man. But so far, Amazon looks pretty interesting. If we can open above today, if we can open above today's closing price and remain above it, that would be continuation to the upside. As long as we stay above 32.50 tomorrow, I think we got that confirmation to the upside. If Amazon can pull that confirmation to the upside, it could probably carry S&P 500 on its back as well. But we'll see. We'll see. You got to see how market opens tomorrow to really see that direction. So I like it. Amazon has a pretty good setup there. Let me check out Apple. while I'm at it. Indeed, man. Apple's got a nice little reversal set up too. So a lot of things are looking good. Could even see inverse head and shoulder here possibly. One side of the shoulder, right? And then if this is the head, coming back to 145, maybe even a little bit higher. And then we can set up the other side of the shoulder, coming back to all-time highs, baby. Why not? Netflix is still moving up like crazy. Facebook finding a little bit buying demand today. So, but Facebook is at the resistance though. So that's the line that last time it bounced at. Now that it's under it, this is now the resistance. So it needs to get above 335 tomorrow for Facebook to be kind of bullish. Microsoft's already setting up the reversal as well, but didn't drop as hard. So it's got some mixed signal here for sure. AMD looking interesting too. Testing the top of the trend line. So we're really expecting it to break above, but maybe you don't want to do it. Ooh, how did I miss this? What's going on? Why is it not showing up? So here's another interesting one for you guys. If you guys want to buy the dip, if you guys are bullish on the semiconductor sector, this is pretty cheap right now. OLED, Universal Display Corporation. This company was trading at $220 in January of 2020, and right now it's at 168, way below that price point. It's at a really good level dating back to September of 2020 and June of 2020. This $167 range here. If this starts to reverse, we can see some big upsize. OLED could be interesting lotto play actually. Huge potential to the upside if market is bullish. Oh, Tilray. Oh, I think Tilray has earnings this week, right? Oh God, don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know, every time Tilray has earnings, it has flop. Like the last few times it has earnings, is flop pretty hard. Risk and reward is not on your side, buddy. That's Tilray. Upside move could be, 1160s. It's 1109. That's a tiny move, man. Why, Nasty Nate? Why? Don't do that to yourself. Indeed. I think I might have to add some position to my MJ ETF at the moment. Tilray, man. They had some good news today, though, I think. Let me see. I'm pretty sure, I thought I saw somewhere that New York had some good marijuana news or something. Ooh, it says Tilray share spikes higher. New York's Cannabis Control Board holds the first meeting. Dun dun dun. Seven most hated stocks on Wall Street that are actually hidden gems. Trolls, man. These guys are such trolls. For example, a stock might be hated because its fundamentals are deteriorating. or factors outside of a company's control are set to negatively affect the business. In these situations, you can find yourself catching a falling knife, buying the dip on what looks like a cheap stock, only to see it drop even lower. Wish.com, AT&T, Nano Dimensions, 3M, Alibaba, Bed Bath and Beyond, CGC. Oh man, what an article. Oops. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. It's 5 o'clock. I'm gonna end it here. We'll be back tomorrow around 4 o'clock. We'll talk about some more of the other earnings and everything else. Thanks, guys, for stopping by and hanging out, and have a good night.